Momo Akwaba from that break no. Them bra make before we went on the break no. And the interview no yerba yaba be no brofo. Brofo because me guest na owaha monom no on titwi. Nti wombo modinala na wonfem honaswa do wonti ni na wati ni nyinara so do part bi na mbri na motum na ma translate mo baka no brofo ni nyina meda betwi ma mobo modina na maye amohon. My guest was friend Veda Smith. Veda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you too?
I'm awesome.
The brofo no be here nyem krom zini bia. You didn't understand what I said. I said that English is not the type we speak here. This one there is more slurring inside. But we speak English.
Okay.
No two ways about it. Veda is the CEO of Doxled Productions, Doxled Music Group, and also a co-founder of Youth Vision Incorporated, a non-profit organization. And the Veda Rabaka television, music, and film distribution. Veda, welcome once again.
Thank you so much.
If we're talking movie music distribution, what do we mean?
Placement.
Okay.
For content, for producers, music producers for the music side. Distribution is placement in stores. Distribution for film and television is content placed on a network or content placed in a box office theater. So it's just placement for your content.
Do you do placement for people in Africa?
Yeah, most definitely.
Music and movies?
Yes, yes.
What's the current movie that you placed and where did you place them?
Right now I have, I work with all the major networks.
Okay.
So, and all the streaming networks. So I work with Netflix, Hulu, all of those, Discovery.
Okay.
So right now I have several that are in negotiations right now, but the one that's more current is a documentary on the legendary Little Richard. That's going to be coming out on HBO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're almost finished with doing that content.
Okay. So I want this clarity on Netflix.
Okay.
If I have a movie,
okay,
and I want to put it on Netflix, how long will it take, and what does it take to get my movie on Netflix?
Okay. So this is a question that everyone asks, and they always go to Netflix. Okay. Because Netflix is one of those household names. But to go to Netflix and to put it on there, it really has to kind of match their brand, right? If you have a distribution agreement with them, they overview the content, you have to go through a aggregator to get to them, which is a distributor, which that's what I am.
You.
Yeah. So I review the content, submit it in, but I do all of the platforms, so it's just not Netflix. Because sometimes you can put your content on Netflix and financially, it's not beneficial for you.
Okay.
Because you may not get what you want out of it because it's such a household name that they don't feel like they have to pay you what you feel your content is worth.
Still another question on Netflix. And when I finish, I'll tell you why I'm asking a question on Netflix.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Do I have to pay Netflix before I get my movie onto Netflix?
You don't have to pay Netflix, but you may have to pay the aggregator to do your work.
To do your work.
So you have more so of a consulting fee that you come in, because if you're just strictly going after Netflix, I would say go to someone who can place your content in more than one place. You want your content to live in as many places as possible to make as much money and as much revenue. So you want your investor or yourself to get a huge ROI on that. But, you know, Netflix is not always the way to go. It's kind of like basketball. Do I go to the most popular team that has the biggest roster? Will my salary be equivalent to the top people,
yeah.
or am I going to have to come under and get less because they already have a team built? So should I take my content to a smaller streaming service that will pay me more?
I get you. Now, this is why I'm asking about
Okay.
Netflix. So I had someone tell me on this show that it takes about a month to get your film onto Netflix.
It takes longer than that.
And then it depends on how much you are willing to pay
Ah.
before you get your movie on Netflix. And I wanted to know if it was true.
That is untrue.
Oh. So they came to lie to me.
That may be how they negotiate, but
Oh.
no, you don't have to pay to get your content on Netflix. Netflix will pay you.
So I submit my movie. So I submit my movie through you. It goes through a review process.
Correct.
If it matches up their standards,
Correct.
they approve.
I will contact you and let you know that this is the platforms that I can get your content on. And it could be 6 different ones because this is a non-exclusive
Okay.
agreement.
Okay.
So my job is to have your content placed in as many locations as possible, to be seen international, wherever it will be seen, on whatever platform can be done, because therefore you will gain more money. My job is to get you more money. So when you sign with an aggregator or a distributor, there's always a percentage factor that comes in. But I'm more hands-on, right?
Okay.
So the reason why I came into Ghana is because I did a partnership with Jungle House Events, first starting with music.
Okay.
And then, you know, we're in the process of developing this app that will have music and film on it. But it's an untouched market, and people like you get wrong information, and people like you, they charge and shouldn't.
Charge and shouldn't.
Should not.
You see, when I heard that information, and you see, when somebody gives you an information and it doesn't sit well with you, so I've been wanting to get somebody to give me the best information, because it's not just me.
Yes, it's a lot of people. That's why I'm here.
This show.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you for being here.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Yes.
So when you are negotiating, supposing you take a content to all these 6 movie platforms, and then the content is that good. So let's say
I take it to about 50, but go ahead.
About 50, okay. But then the content is that good. So let's say about 10 out of the 50 say we want it exclusively.
Okay.
What happens then?
Okay. So there's always different levels of negotiation. Sometimes you can go through these companies and they say, hey, give us your content, we'll place it, you'll get it, which is pay per click, okay? Which means that when someone clicks on it and watches your movie, you get paid a percentage or so many pennies based upon how long they watch the movie, or some of them are based on they have to watch the movie to the entirety before you get paid.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah,
really?
It's so many different, but you don't know that, because unless you have someone that is hands-on with your content to explain to you what really happens with your content and walks you through the process, you won't know, okay? So if you want an exclusivity deal, I mean, I've had it to where I've submitted content in, the streaming service wants it, and they may do a buyout for you. And that buyout means I'm going to pay you a flat fee, and we stream it for as long as we want to, but you got paid up front.
Up front.
Right. So that could be $100,000.
Wow. So,
I can see your mind.
so I'm thinking of something that happens to me like frequently, regularly.
Okay.
I mean, within the whole week, it has happened to me.
Okay.
So this is what you said about whether you get paid when somebody clicks, or whether the person has to watch the full movie, half of the movie, and all that. So supposing I'm watching a movie, In fact, not supposing. This is something that has, in fact, within the week, it has happened about 10 or 15 times. I'm watching a movie. I start. 5 minutes into the movie, I fall asleep. I wake up. I rewind. I start. I fall asleep. It has gone on throughout the week. So would the makers of that movie be paid according to the number of times I watched it, or is it just once?
No. You will get paid if you watch it to the end. But your IP address is then noted how you watch it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see. That's beautiful. Now let's come to television.
Okay.
You place television content as well.
Yes.
What makes you decide where and when to place what?
Good question. Most of the time, I already know what the networks are looking for. I already know what shows are about to end. I already know what type of episodics they're looking for.
Okay.
When you're in the circle, you know. So I never want to pitch a project that I know that network already has a project like that. So let's just say, for instance, Power with 50 Cent. I get that all the time. Oh, this movie's like Power. Let's go pitch it over there to Stars. No, you don't want to. They already have one. Why do they want yours?
Okay.
They already have a show just like that. It's already successful.
Okay.
So if that is what we call their anchor show, and their anchor show is their most profitable show on that network at that time frame, they will not bring another show in to hinder the viewership.
That will be competitive.
Exactly.
This takes me back to when I was doing sales and marketing for media. And I'll use that as an example to ask my next question. Somebody will bring their product to advertise. And they will say that, I want the product on eChat. I would look back, look at the product, look at its target audience, and I'll tell you that it won't do well on eChat. But if you go and put it on Good Morning Ghana on Metro TV, or Good Evening Ghana on Metro TV, which is political, current affairs, it would attract the people who can afford the product, the people who would use the product.
Demographically, right?
Yes.
Correct.
And you will get these people still telling you, no.
Yes.
I want it on eChat.
Correct.
Put it on eChat. What happens when you meet such stubborn people who want their show at a particular place no matter what?
They go find somebody else.
Oh. Simple.
Yeah, I have so much content come in that one of my pre-qualifications is that you have to be flexible and you have to let me do my job.
Okay. Okay.
And if you're only rooted to one network because that's what you want, then I'm not the right person for you, for your content. You need to go find somebody else who will cater to you to that network. Because once that network says no,
there's nothing you can do.
Nothing I can do.
So, okay, so let's say somebody in Ghana contacts you with a content made here in Ghana, but then the person wants the content to go international. What and what would you look at before you'd say that, yes, this can possibly go international? Do you look at lingua? Do you look at, let's say, picture quality, sound quality? Do you look at all these things?
Yeah, all of those are, it goes through a viewing process. So anything coming out of Africa has to go through my partner Jungle House Events. Okay. So they get that. First, I only ask for trailers. So I only want to see the trailer. The trailer itself is going to tell me the quality of it. So I don't have to view an entire hour or 30-minute or whatever. That trailer that you put together, that's your sales piece. So if you felt it was good enough to sell me, then I know that the content should be as good, right? Or
Okay.
not as good, depending
Okay.
on the trailer. So once they contact Isaac over at Jungle House Events, he reviews it and then he sends it to me. And then once it comes to me, then I send it to my team and I'm like, okay, what do you guys think? Where can we go? Then that's a whole, but it's a quick process, but you know, it's if it's good content, it can be placed. Yeah.
How many Ghanaian contents have you worked on so far?
Thus far, I've only worked on approximately 5 right now. So that's why I've really come into this part of Africa because number one, I have a rock band that I've been working with on the music side in Ghana.
Oh, beautiful. We'll
So,
come to the music side
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm intentionally
So
taking
that's
it one after the other.
so that's where this all stemmed from.
Okay.
And then because I'm looking at, there's so many stories here that I have branched my company to want to come and evolve in the film side, and we strategically talked about it, like moving from music and adding film with it. Can we do this? Is this a product that can work well here? Because I just feel like that Ghana has not had its due with producers and writers, and these people have enough skill. You know, these producers have enough skill to have their content placed in America. And if you don't know the right content, then the right person and the contact, somebody's going to end up like you. Somebody's going to say, oh, you got to pay me. Oh, you have to do this, you know, to try to get it on an international level. So I'm like, if I'm blessed to be able to put this content on a platform to be able to do it, then that's why that service is now coming available. Because I've been able to do it in the music aspect of it.
So my final question on TV before we move completely to music now. Is it that Ghanaians or people in this part of the world do not know that they need to go through someone like you to get their content onto international platforms, or they just don't explore?
I think it's the latter. I think they don't explore. It's all on Google. You can do it. That's just like distributors that can distribute music. You can load it up and it'll go out.
It goes out.
But to me, I'm more boutique style. I handle my clients one-on-one, from the celebrity clients to independent clients.
Okay.
And I handle huge celebrity clients.
Okay.
So that's why I'm extending my service to independent. So those independents that can get information and not be led down the wrong street, you know, and they get burnt so much that they stop doing it, you know, that they don't know where the placement is. But it's just, I'm one of those kind of people that, you know, I'm gonna nurture your project, but you have to give me room to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Beautiful. Now let's come to music.
Ah.
Let's come to music.
Okay.
If I have a song and I want you to place them for me, which platforms are you placing them on? How many platforms are you placing them on?
Right now I am partnered with 6 major distributors.
Okay.
So it really depends on the content and who I want to run that content through.
Okay.
If it's rock, I wouldn't run it through a certain one. So it depends on the genre and who I feel like that will really push it. To get it into stores is one thing. That's fine. I can get it into a store. I can get it into, you can get it into iTunes. You can get it into Dizzle. You can get it into all of these platforms. Okay, so once it gets there, what do? So we offer marketing. We offer radio, play.
Okay.
We offer spins on radio in the U.S. and it goes on a global chart.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what you need. So all the money goes into the production of the music, but no money goes into marketing. They feel like they can post it on social media and there are 2,600 fans. Okay.
I was coming to ask a question on that. That there are some artists in a lot of African countries. You don't hear of them. You don't know them. But then when you check their streaming numbers, it's millions. And you're asking yourself, how are they doing it? Because they are nowhere to be found. They are not, when I say nowhere to be found, like when you log onto social media, they are not those loud kind of people who'd say, I have 10 million followers, I have this. But then they're getting the streaming numbers, they're getting their songs out there. Their songs are being played all over. So you are the one doing those tricks.
You have those that can make those numbers happen. And I'm just going to tell you in the industry, because I deal with all the majors, I deal with Def Jam, I deal with Universal, I deal with Sony, I deal with all the majors. All the majors I do. So if I was sitting in a room and it was just you and me and no cameras, there we go.
You tell me, whisper, they won't hear. Whisper, they won't hear.
Right.
They won't hear anything.
You know, you look at the numbers and then it all has to add up analytically. We don't just look at they have 1 million followers. We don't just look at that.
Okay.
We look at, okay, you posted something, but you only got 10 likes.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
The numbers don't add up. But then you get those that have 1 million followers and they have 260,000 likes, which makes sense, right?
It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, not all the what million people are going to be checking. Some people don't even come on social media at all. They don't check their handles at all. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
so
check
then
all
so
those.
yeah. So you look at that and you say, okay, well, are these bot numbers where somebody's paid for their numbers to increase, or is it B-O-T, where it's ran through a computer system and it's triggered and the numbers are triggered?
The numbers keep going high.
But if you don't get the comments and you don't get the likes and it doesn't all add up, you look at Justin Bieber and you look at all of these other majors, how many people are commenting on their story or on the music or on the video? So the numbers are, so if I'm in a room, this is what we do. We say, okay, does the analytics add up?
Oh, so that is why you would see a video and the video has, in a matter of seconds, they post a video in a matter of seconds, and then you see 200 million views, and it has 3 comments. So it means they bought the views. Oh, you people are cheats.
They either doing that or they have a bot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can buy a bot.
But does it have an advantage?
Yeah, it does, because people just look at the number. But when you're wanting to know why that person doesn't have a deal or why the majors aren't coming for you, is because that's already been discussed.
And they know that
there's a
it's
team
bot.
that will go out there and say, okay, these analytics don't add up. They would rather have someone who has less.
Oh.
But the numbers look accurate, because they go off the numbers for sales. They go off the numbers for revenue. So if your numbers are bought, do we invest $3 million in this artist and the numbers aren't accurate? Never gone on a tour. He or she has never sold a product. They don't have, and a lot of them do those numbers because they get sponsors on those numbers. They get paid on those numbers.
Okay.
It's a lot of way to make money off social media.
Of social media. So as we're talking now, I'm thinking about all the young artists who have passed through the show, who, when you ask them who does their distribution, who does their placement, most of them will say, oh, I do it myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I do it myself. Oh, I'll do it myself. And I remember I've had some people sit on the show also talk about how to strategically do the placements so you get a lot of people clicking. Now, if a young act cannot afford to bring you in and they want to get the numbers, is it that easy?
I don't want to say it's definitely not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? But being an independent artist is hard as it is. But when they say they distributed it themselves, they went online, they went to, you know, one of the services online, uploaded the music, and they put it out. But that's not a label. That's you putting it in the warehouse and it's out and you've announced it. But what happens after that? That's the part that no one sits and discusses with the artist, because then you don't have the marketing. You don't, you know, how are you going to make everybody hear this? You know, who's your team putting a tour together for you? Where are you performing this? You know, what are you doing? Yeah.
So it means no matter what, they need to contact a professional to do it.
Yeah, they need to put it together a team. You're only as good as your team, the head on your team, and who's the team leader.
How expensive is it to contact you, to get you to work with?
It's not that expensive at all. I mean, to get to Dog Sled, like I said, if it in Africa, the A&R rep is Isaac. They just, I mean, they would just have to either go online and, you know, and under contact and contact them. Yeah.
And with music, what do you look at before you accept that I'm going to work with this, I'm going to place this album, I'm going to place that? What do you look out for?
No samples.
Okay.
Quality.
Okay.
Language.
Oh.
Because, yeah, language is a big thing. It can't get played on the radio if the language isn't right, you know. But yeah, I listen to a lot, and to make sure that, you know, it's licensed properly. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of artists, and then I also go in and find out if they own the track. What do your split sheets look like? Because I don't touch it if you haven't done your paperwork properly.
Oh.
So they will go through it and they will ask them about their split sheets. They have to turn their split sheets in. They have to, and if you have a sample on that track, did you license it? Do you own it? All of that, because you can't put that out there. Has this track, is this a licensed track, which means that you bought it from a beat maker, which means that if you put a relicensed track on YouTube, you don't even get, you can't monetize it.
You can't monetize it.
Correct. But a lot of them don't know how to create their own beat. They buy the beat, and they're number 2053 making that same song with that same beat.
With that same beat. Wow. Today we are learning. We are really learning. How many Ghanaian artists have you worked with so far, if you've worked with any?
I've only signed, I take that back. I have, I've only signed one Ghanaian artist, and that's Dark Suburb, that I'm pushing in America right now. But I've distributed African music. But that's the only group that I have signed. That you directly to me.
Directly.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to signing more, or
yeah,
you
most
just
definitely.
want to be with them?
No. Most definitely.
How does somebody contact you if they think they have what it takes for you to sign them on?
They would just have to go through Jungle House events.
Then they submit what they've done, you go through, and then you decide if you'd sign them on.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
So I mean, it works.
Okay.
It's like like I said, it's like a machine. You just have to, you know, it's processes that you have to go through. To contact me directly, it wouldn't. I would send them straight back to, you know, point of contact, which would be Jungle House. It would have to go through that. That's my partnership.
So it goes through Jungle House, and then Jungle House brings it to you.
Correct. Yeah, because they would say, do you have your split sheets? Do you own this? You know, they're going to go through it before it gets to me.
What I'm thinking about now, I can say for a fact there's a lot of these young acts don't have their split sheets put together. I mean, some even comes and they don't even know they need to register the song and all that. They don't know.
They don't know they have to go through SoundScan, and they don't know any of that, media base. They don't know to get with a IP. They don't know it to go through BMI or CSAC or ASCAP. They don't understand that when you go do a tour, you contact them and you say, hey, I'm going to be doing my songs. That venue pays you. If you perform your song at that venue, the venue has to pay a licensing fee to you.
They don't know. I've asked a lot of artists, aside standing in the studio to sing, what else do you know? Is it, so no, I'm not even going to ask this question because it's obvious that it's necessary. It's necessary that you learn.
Yeah.
And these boys are not learning, these people are not learning.
They only know music, but that's the difference in between having an artist, because an artist should be do what he does best. And that's either write, produce, but you got to have a team. So you're only as good as your team leader. So who's your team leader? And you're only as knowledgeable as your team leader.
Now, before I ask this, do you organize any workshops and all that to educate people?
Yeah, I'm in the process. We've been talking about that all day today, of bringing one of my symposiums here. It's called Music, Television, and Film Symposium.
Okay.
So it brings all aspects of the music side, the film side, and the television side, and just do a whole day workshop and bringing industry executives in to have that one-on-one session.
One-on-one session. Okay, so again, let me use myself as an example. Me as a TV presenter, at least for the sake of the job, I get to meet a lot of people, a lot of professionals. So if I want to put a team together, I can easily pick up a phone, call this professional, call that professional, call this professional, put them together, talk to them, and I have a team.
Right.
But most of these people, one, because they do not have financial assistance, two, they do not know their way around, so they get up, call a few friends of theirs. When they're going for interviews, their friends will follow up, and then, oh, this one is my manager, this one is my cameraman. They will just mention positions that they represent. But in actual fact, they are just friends who followed up for the interviews. And they tend to work with these people for a very long time. So these are people who are not professionals. They were just picked. Some are smart enough to be reading as they're working, so they improve on themselves when it comes to knowledge and about what they're doing. But some, nothing at all. So if these people are working with non-professionals who are not even making an effort to learn, how do they know how to put spreadsheets and all that together?
But this is why it's best to contact someone who knows and can give you the advice that you need and help walk you through, right?
Okay.
Because you may be a great artist and you may have a great product, but it may not be time for you to have that release. But I say that, and I'm not saying this because they're my partner, but I'm saying this because of the experience that comes behind working with artists, working with tours, working with events, having access to all of that artists need. So, but going through Jungle House events, it gives you, it gives you that information. They're going to give you the information that you need. That's for one, right? And a lot of people won't answer the phone to give you that information, or the caliber of information that you're needing to get to the next step. But that's one thing that I pride myself in when it's coming to independent artists, is to be able to guide them in the right direction, because you have a lot of amazing, talented people that just don't know what to do or how to do it, right? It's kind of like major, it's kind of like basketball. You have a lot of people that are better basketball players than the pros. They just didn't have the right team to get them to the pros, but they're still better than the pros. So you're going to have those artists that are going to be better than a lot of the majors.
True. That's very true.
So you have to find that link that's going to help you connect and get to the next link. That's what you have to do.
Looking at Ghana, movies, music, television shows, do you think we are doing well enough to match up to the international standard?
I think some of them are. You just have to find those. And I think that it can grow bigger if they had the knowledge to do it. The growth is there, but you got to be educated to know what you need to do to get to the next level. So Nigeria has taken over the market when it's coming to African films with Netflix and all that, right? But you don't have to go there to get it. You just have to know what you need to do to get there.
I get it. In fact, this has been one of the most educative conversations I've had. I'm like loving it. There are some questions I'll ask. That one is for my personal consumption. So that one is after the show, then I'll ask. Now, you mentioned a band that you work with. What's the name of the band?
Dark Suburb.
Dark Suburb. Ghanaians.
Yes.
Are they based
nominated?
In Ghana? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're huge.
How did it start?
I have a A&R rep in California.
Okay.
That contacted me about Jungle House and this artist. And they were like, you really need to check them out. And this was 4 years ago.
Okay.
So, they were presented to me and we started talking. I was listening to their music and it was just one of those things that I knew they were, they had it. They just had it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a rock band.
I'm actually on their social media page now. I'm on their social media page. I just followed them, Dark Suburb Music. I just followed them. Ghana-based alternative rock band, the Skeletons. But then, we don't really have rock bands.
Correct. Exactly.
I mean, Ghana here, rock.
Yeah. But they're amazing.
Oh.
Amazing, hands down.
How long have you been working with them?
4 years.
You guys signed a contract for that long? How many years?
It's unlimited.
Oh, that's a good deal for them. That's good.
Yeah, I'm behind them 120%. They're amazing. They dip not just in music, but social. They also deal in television and film. So they're big on making their brand.
Okay.
Yeah. They get it. Yeah.
They get it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Before we go, if somebody wants to contact you, how does the person contact you? And who should they contact?
Okay. So they can go online to Jungle House with no E on house.
Okay.
Jungle House with the S events.com. So it's JUNGLEHOUS events.com. So it's only one E.
That's the website.
Yes, and they can go up under contact.
Okay.
So there's a phone number there, and the CEO is Isaac.
Okay, I want to personally open it up. Jungle House
Events.
Okay, the house is without an E.
Correct. It's only one E.
Does the events have an S?
Yes.
Events.com. Okay. Okay, so I have Jungle House events. Oh, okay. It's giving me a login. Oh, I didn't open it well. But then that's it. Right? Oh, okay, it's opening.
Yeah, it's opening.
It's opening now. Then my
Yeah.
internet is slow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It actually has some songs on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they also are one of, I distribute my music from any artist goes on our platform there.
Oh, okay.
So it's
okay.
we're also building an app, and also part of that app is going to have television and film content on it as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a wonderful conversation. I've enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. In fact, there were some things I was thinking of who to speak to get clarity on. So it's lovely that you came at this point. Thank you so much. But before we go, now I'm going to speak to my viewers, especially my artists. You guys know I love you. You guys know I look out for you. I mean, it's my prayer that any artist, any good artist who has passed through the show would be able to make it. Those of you who want to contact, say a boy page na or junglehouseevents.com. A boy page no na ya enyum na ze ni nyina na wa list wa ha no. So you scroll and then you go up. Eba se ha monoma. Contact. You can send an email there and all that. Sign it up. You can email them here. You can sign in and all that. Into bomozinara na contact one. Contact them. We sit here, we talk about distribution, we talk about marketing and all that. If you get the right channel, hurry up, tap into it. Yesterday, I was telling one of the artists who came here that when it comes to me contacting people that I need or people I believe I need for a project or for something I am doing, is one of the most easiest for me. I'll just call you up. I'll send you a message. So this is who I am. This is where I'm contacting you from. This and this and this is why I am contacting you. Simple, Papa. If they can help you, yes, you go ahead, you book an appointment, you meet them, you talk. Finished. You people should not be hiding and be doing, I don't have money and I don't. If you don't take the step, money will never come. Take the step. Thank you.
Thank you.
Veda Smith. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I hope to have you on again. Very soon. I hope to have you on again. Our Esheheno Yedawa CP. In there, we had Veda Smith in here to talk to us about movies, about music, and about television distribution. Minim de esuade as much as Amemankasa so nesuade. Obi a when your chance na one should be about or joining him on Tobara. It will be uploaded to our YouTube channel na ako share ko YouTuber awo bomozana na bo oye original TV na bo abagai guy ka ho interview no obo pop up na etum na ahwe izin ma abone dedo the only guy in the industry abagai guy makra hon nyame adomo chena yebasana tene fom. Have a good night.